Gen Z. A lot of things being talked about them. One, that they're entitled, number one. And number two, they don't like to party like us old folks. That's what we're learning in a number of different stories. Let's go through it. Lucky girl syndrome. So, here's what it is. There's a TikTok video that they refer to from Laura Galeb, swearing her secret to success was as simple as assuming everything would just work out for her. A philosophy she dubbed Lucky Girl Syndrome. And that the new way of getting whatever they want without having to work for it. So it just comes like that. And there's a young lady that's on here, University of Illinois advertising student, that takes the same philosophy and applied it. Said every morning she told herself she would have a lucky day. And she was talking about how she was dealing with who would take what bedroom in a new apartment that she and her friends were leasing. She and one roommate were desperate to get the bottom bedroom, and they started telling themselves it would all work out in their favor. And so, a couple days later, a roommate came to them and said, I want the top bedroom. You guys can have the bottom ones yourself. Manifesting their dreams by believing that they simply assume they'll land a great job or an amazing apartment, they will. But that's an idea that everybody's getting right now. There's another person they talked to named Kirsten Garcia, deciding she was going to have a lucky year and get invited to New York Fashion Week. But she believes the method worked for her. Inspired by videos of various girls on social media, she began using daily mantras as everything always works out for me. First you say it, then it happens. So she would affirm every day, I'm so happy that I'm going to New York Fashion Week this year, and so happy designers are reaching out to me. And this Orlando nursing student and fashion influencer got what she wanted. Designers invited her to Fashion Week, and Garcia's luck continued once she landed in New York last fall. She said she was attending a designer show as general admission with no seating and was standing in the way in the back waiting for the show to start. But a staff member personally came up to me and offered me a front row seat just because she liked my outfit. As she recalls, good things always happen. Does anybody else think this is really like this idea of positive thinking? Now, we've heard of the power of positive thinking, right? We've heard that. Norman Vincent Peale, right? The book, where, also talks about how you find a need to fill it, right? Things like that. The power of positive thinking. I don't know. Listen, I think there's something to be said where if you are keeping yourself in a certain mindset and your glass half full, well, that does work for some people. If it changes your attitude, it changes your mindset, then why not? I don't know if it really works to me, if it does, but, hey, everybody can try their own thing. Now, the other thing they learned about with Gen Z is the fact that they're saying no to drugs, booze, and sex. People were asking about it. So, a new study in the Journal of Social Science and Medicine, this is from December, by the way. People were between the mid-90s and 2010s are partaking in far less risky behaviors than their wild and crazy elders. It's due to a combination of school pressure, stricter laws, parental finger wagging, among other factors. But today's overly scheduled and phone-obsessed youth are less likely to engage in face-to-face hang time with their friends. And today's kids are much less party-hardy than past generations. So they look at numerous data from numerous studies in the U.S., Australia, New Zealand, Great Britain, and 30 European countries. Adolescent cigarette smoking declined more than 80% from 1999 to 2019. But how many of them do we know that are actually smoking vapes or trying edibles? In England, young people claiming that they drank alcohol within the past week dropped from 25% in 2003 to 8% in 2014. And cannabis use in the U.S., 34% of 15 to 60-year-olds in 2019 said they did try it. It was 42% in 1997. 14 to 15-year-old Americans reported ever having sex, being still virgins, down from 37% in 1993. So virginity is now acceptable. It's looked up upon. Interesting. They still say it's unclear that drinking, smoking, and getting it on have gone down in conjunction with not having a car, cash, or other adulting responsibilities. That rules have gotten rougher. So you have alcohol and booze. Laws have passed to make it harder to use both. And a barrage of advertising campaigns have highlighted their dangers. So the efforts have proven a demonstrable effect on reducing consumption among young people, or haven't forced their parents to keep a more watchful eye over their teens. So they just have the power of positive thinking, and they're basically being teetotalers. I guess they don't like the idea of being, like us old folks, depraved and debaucherous.